very good Friday afternoon to you, and I hope I find you really well today on what is a glorious summer day. Nothing else can be said about that, and it's very unusual this time of year that we here in Manchester have better weather than they're having down on the outskirts of Paris at Roland Garros. Usually it is glorious weather down there, whilst we here are sat watching our televisions, enjoying the rain, if that's the right word. Been away for a few days, a little bit of bad health, but hey-ho, we'll move along from that. What I want to talk about today, it is one for the tennis fans, but kind of it's something we can all chip into, even if you're not a tennis fan. I really like your comeback on this, because it's something that really makes my blood boil as a tennis fan. Tennis is the only sport that I enjoy. It is the only sport that I will make time to put aside and sit in front of the TV and then literally put time aside to watch the men's singles final, for instance. There is no other sport that I'm interested in at all. But what annoys me about tennis is the battle that's been going on over the last, well, 20 years, 30 years, maybe even a little bit longer. Initially started by the very famous ladies champion Billie Jean King, who started off the movement to bring parity to the game of tennis, where prize money etc. is concerned for lady players and gentlemen players. Now, the problem that I have with this is falls really into normality, into everyday life, where ladies, quite rightly, have been asking for equality in every aspect of life. Now, the problem that I have with that, not trying to be too male chauvinistic here, is that equality sometimes appears to move solely in one direction, shall we say. And my problem with the tennis equality is this. It would seem like in the last couple of years a lot of movement has been made to ensure that there is parity between the ladies' game and the gentlemen's game. They are treated the same way at tournaments. They have the same prize money as the gentlemen do, and that all the conditions in the majors and even the general satellite tournaments that they play are exactly the same, and that's fine. But my point is this: the ladies have achieved parity in prize money with the gentlemen, but they still only play the best of 3 sets. I apologise now if I say anything and you're watching this and you're not a real tennis fan, and anything I say isn't clear, drop me a note down below and I'll clarify it. So I have a real problem with that, and this ties into what I said about 30 seconds ago, where equality only seems to work one way. So all the conditions are the same, the prize money is the same, but the ladies play the best of 3 sets and the gentlemen play the best of 5 sets. Now, as you're probably aware, if you are a tennis fan, a 5-set match there is no time limit. As was demonstrated a few years ago at Wimbledon with the John Isner, Nicolas Mahut match, which is now in the Guinness Book of Records as being the longest tennis match ever played. It was played over a span of 24 hours, and it was about 16 odd hours, if I remember correctly. Now, this would be my solution to equality not moving in one direction only. I'm okay with all the conditions of the players being the same. I'm okay with the prize money being the same. I'm okay with all that. What I'm not okay with is the fact that the ladies, given all that apparent parity now, are still playing the best of 3. And here is where the rub is. I would either, A, if I was the tennis World Tennis Authority governing body. I would now say to ladies, obviously, we've now conceded that you, the lady players of tennis around the world, deserve the same prize money and gratuities, etc., as do the men. So therefore, we have given you that. We want something back, and the something back we want is that you now play the best of 5 sets, as the gentleman does. And if all is fair and equal at the end of the 5th set, so 6 games each, you have to play a tiebreak with no limit. Or the other option, of course, there is you bring the men down to playing the best of 3. And they can still make it, that if it's still the same at 6 games all at the end of the 3rd, then they play a tiebreak until they are 2 points clear after scoring 7. Or, better still, if they want true parity, why are the women not forced to play the men? And I'm quite happy for it to be the best of 3. If women are the equal of men, and there should be no glass ceiling in anything at all, whether it be general employment, sports, or whatever, then women should be able to play men under the same conditions that men play. Now, I appreciate that this is never going to happen because of the physical differences that men have over women as far as upper body strength, etc. is concerned, and the speed of the serves of the male players and so on. But that, to me, is archetypal of the fact that equality seems to just move in one way. Now, I'd love to know what you feel about this. Is this something that you feel is just nonsensical? Is it something that you've looked at and considered and said, yes, absolutely, the women should get the same prize money, gratuities and perks that the men get, and all other situations shouldn't change at all? Have you thought that? And if that's your opinion, drop me a note down below and tell me why. If you've been watching tennis and watching the growth of this movement to get this parity with the ladies and the gentlemen's game, and you've seen that that's happened, have you sat there and thought, well, hang on a minute, what happened to the same rate of pay for the same job? All employers will tell you that pressure is coming from their female employees to say that if a woman does the same hours as a man, does the same job as a man, under the same conditions as a man, has the same responsibilities as a man, has the same leave as a man, then they should get the same pay. And that's absolutely right. But if that's absolutely right, then why is that not implemented in tennis? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Am I being a male chauvinist here? Because there's a little part of me in the back of my head that believes that chivalry, like opening a door for a lady, for instance, and I have been abused by ladies for holding doors open from in the past, by them saying, what do you think I am, an effing invalid? I said, no, I'm just being polite. There's a lot of that around. So I don't think that chivalry can exist without a little bit of chauvinism. I think they go hand in hand. So, am I being really chauvinistic here? Let me know. Tell me why. I know I have a couple of lady subscribers who do watch this. Let me know what you think. Is this right? Is my feeling correct? And if you think I'm correct, what's the solution? Is the solution that to bring it actually into parity, the gents' game is dropped down to the best of 3 sets? Or should the women be put up to 5 sets? Let me know. Or should the ladies, if they want true parity, if they do believe they're as good as men in every way, be forced to play the men? Let me know. I'm going to think it's an interesting one, because this has implications on the wider reaches of society, of course. But for me, during this glorious, glorious weather and this glorious period of the year where tennis is back, and we here in the UK can enjoy beautiful tennis from around the world, and of course we have this magnificent run now of Roland Garros, Queens, and then of course the prime, the excellent, the one and only, the best in the world, Wimbledon. So let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts, give me your answers, give me your ideas about where equality stops or where equality flows to, whether it's moving society forward, whether it's moving society back, whether it does indeed, as I believe, move in one direction only. It doesn't go in the other way at all. So drops all your questions, queries, suggestions, answers, as always, to this down below, and I hope to read them all with fascination, and I will get back to each and every one of you. Thank you very much for all the comments I've had over the last few days. I will be getting back to you. Not been too well, hence the reason why I've not got back to you. And I will get back to you over the weekend or so. Not checked my subscriber numbers, sorry. I will do, and I will get back to anybody with my customary note of welcome once I have checked the numbers. So for now, that's it for this one. We have the gents semi-final today, so I will be settling down very shortly with a beverage and enjoying the gents semi-final at Roland, or the first gents semi-final at Roland Garros. And I think it's Novak Djokovic versus Thiem, I think, and the second one is Stan Wawrinka plus Andy Murray. So we'll see who will come through to the final. If I had to put money on it, I would wager it is going to be Novak and Andy in the final. But I have known to be wrong. I wouldn't put money in your bookies for that one. So I shall speak to you again soon, people. If you are a fan of the tennis as I am, enjoy the next couple of days, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye-bye.